Let's do a practice problem where we start with the grams of one substance in a chemical equation and convert to the grams of another substance in that chemical equation, also known as a mass-to-mass calculation. How many grams of chromium 3 chloride are required to produce 75 grams of silver chloride, given the following balanced equation? So 1 mole of chromium 3 chloride reacts with 3 moles of silver nitrate to give 1 mole of chromium nitrate and 3 moles of silver chloride. So the substances that we are interested in are silver chloride and chromium 3 chloride. So we are going to be dealing with the coefficient of 1 in front of the chromium 3 chloride and the 3 in front of the silver chloride. And we won't be looking at anything else in the equation. We'll use those two numbers for our molar ratio. So 1 mole of chromium 3 chloride is equal to 3 moles of silver chloride. So that's one of our conversion factors that we're going to be needing. And that's sort of the middle of the calculation. We can't do anything without converting from moles to moles. So that's the foundation of the calculation. The other things that we're going to need are the molar mass of silver chloride and the molar mass of chromium 3 chloride, because when we start with the grams of one substance, so we're starting with the grams of silver chloride, we first have to convert to moles of that substance. Then we use the molar ratio to convert to the moles of the desired substance, which is the chromium 3 chloride. Then the final thing we need is grams, because it says grams in the question. So we're going to convert those moles to grams. So it's a 3-step situation. So before we can do any of that, we have to finish our conversion factors and figure out what those are. So we are going to start with silver chloride. It has silver and chlorine in it, 1 of each. The molar mass for silver from the periodic table is 107.9, so that's the molar mass. And for chlorine, it is 35.45. Multiplying across, 1 times 107.9 is just 107.9. And 1 times 35.45 is just 35.45. I'm adding those numbers together, so 107.9 plus 35.45 is equal to 143.35. And that is grams per mole, so grams is equal to 1 mole. I will probably only keep 4 sig figs there because there's only 1 decimal place in the first number. Now let's do the molar mass for chromium 3 chloride. So there's chromium, there's chlorine, there's 1 chromium, 3 chlorines. We already know the molar mass of chlorine is 35.45. The molar mass of chromium is 52. So multiplying across, 1 times 52 is 52. And then 3 times 35.45 is 106.35. So adding that to 52 is 158 grams per mole. And I can keep all of those numbers if I wish to, because there was 2 decimal places in both numbers. So now I need to set up my 3-step conversion template. So I need 4 sets of boxes here because I'm going to be multiplying by 3 conversion factors. My starting number is 75.0 grams of silver chloride. I'm going to put a 1 here. I'm first converting that to moles of silver chloride using the molar mass. So that takes care of grams of silver chloride is canceled out. And then my next conversion is moles of silver chloride to moles of chromium 3 chloride. So moles of silver chloride goes on the bottom, so it will cancel. And moles of chromium 3 chloride goes on the top. Now you can see that moles of silver chloride cancels. So this is step 2. Step 3 is going to be converting moles of chromium 3 chloride to grams of chromium 3 chloride. And now we can see that moles cancels out and we're left with grams of chromium 3 chloride, which is what we're looking for. Now I have to fill in the numbers. I'm going to use the molar mass of silver chloride. 1 mole is equal to 143.4. I'm going to round that up, grams. And next, the mole ratio from the equation, there is a 1 in front of chromium 3 chloride in the chemical equation, and there's a 3 as the coefficient for silver chloride. Now I use the last numbers is 1 mole of chromium 3 chloride is equal to 158.35 grams, because that's the molar mass we calculated earlier. So now I just need to calculate all of that. Starting with my given number, 75 grams, divide by the 143.4 that's on the bottom. That's how many moles of silver chloride that is. Now I need to divide it by 3. That's how many moles of chromium 3 chloride we would use. And now I need to convert that to moles, convert that to grams by multiplying by 158.35 grams per mole. And the answer is 27.6. I have 3 significant figures in my given number right here. 75.0 has 3 significant figures. So I'm going to keep 3 significant figures. The number after this 6 is less than 5, so I'll just drop everything off. After that, no rounding up. So the final answer is 27.6 grams of chromium 3 chloride.